Hey happy campers, Jim on Safari here, and this week's theme is Wild Safari Ride. This week's project we will learn to draw Cheetah Eye Portraits. But first let me get back to my game of Go Fish. Do you have any twos?
Go fish.
So Cheetah, why can't you play cards in the jungle? Too many cheetahs.
Yeah, very funny. Ever wonder which animal would win the gold medal for world's fastest animal?
Hey, I said fastest, not cutest. Let's take a look at the top 3 medal winners now.
In third place is the world's fastest land animal, clocking in at 75 miles per hour. It's the cheetah. How fast is 75 miles per hour? Well, that's faster than most speed limits on the highway. Cheetahs can go from standing still to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds. 3 seconds! It is believed that it's the cheetah's large nostrils that allow it to bring in lots of oxygen, which helps it run faster. That along with a big heart and lungs. Next we have our silver medal winner and world's fastest water animal, the black marlin, clocking in at 80 miles per hour. That's about the speed of a very good high school pitcher throwing a fastball. The marlin's thick spear cuts through the water, and then the fish is also compressed, meaning it's more flat than round, which cuts through the water as well. And our gold medal winner, over 200 miles per hour, is the peregrine falcon. This bird is fast. It can fly about the speed of a car horizontally, but this is where it gets interesting. The peregrine's diving speed is over 200 miles per hour. Now that's the speed of hurricane force winds. Those are the strongest winds in the world, and that's how fast this bird can go when it dives. Now next week, join us for the world's slowest animal. Hey!
Now let's remember our 3 rules for the project. Try your best. Remember, there's no perfect in making art. Be safe. Let's respect the materials and make sure that we're using them correctly. And be kind. Let's make sure our table's covered and ask for help when you need it.
Now it's time to grab our supplies. You'll need some nice drawing paper. Mine is about the thickness of construction paper. Next, you'll need some chalk pastels. I have a variety of colors here, but most sets come with what you'll need. And then you'll need some paper towels for your hands and also if you make a mess. And of course, a live cheetah. Well, maybe I'll just use my iPad. All right, let's begin. Today I'm going to be looking at a real cheetah photo here on the iPad for reference, and I'm going to be focusing in on the eye. Now notice there's just one eye. One eye will be easier to draw than 2. So I'm going to start with my black pastel, and I'm going to start with the eye. So notice I'm just kind of sketching a little bit. I'm not pushing too hard. There's not going to be a whole lot of erasing in this project. Now pastel can smudge, so notice here I purposely smudged the paper just to show that there won't be a whole lot of white when you're done. We're going to cover everything. So don't worry about the smudges. Now that I know that I have this eye in about the right spot, I'm going to go a little bit darker with the pastel, and then I use my pinky to smudge. This whole project is about smudging, or really blending. So look at how much I can spread around this pastel, almost like paint with a paintbrush, but I'm just using my pinky. So again, I'm going over these lines with my pastel, and I just keep kind of adding and smudging and adding and smudging. Your paper will get very messy, but I'm just trying to fill in wherever I see black, which is a lot of places, right? Because we're doing a cheetah, and cheetahs have spots. Now I'm going to put in the pupil, which is more or less round, and just kind of blend it with my finger. Whoops, went a little bit too dark, but I'm going to use some orange here and just draw over the black. So even though black is so dark, I can still draw over it. Now my pinky has black on it, so I'm going to wipe it off on the towel, right, to kind of clean it off, the same way you'd clean off your paintbrush. Or you could use another finger, right, to blend this orange so I don't make the whole thing too dark. Now, I have the orange down, and it's all about layers, right? Layers and smudging and color. So I added some brighter yellow, and wow, it's starting to look almost shiny. Now in the photo I see a little green, so might as well add that too. Believe me, all these colors will blend beautifully together. And if you don't like it, you could just add more. Notice I'm not erasing at all. I just keep adding. That's the trick here. It's like paint. You just layer it, and I'm just layering pastels. Alright, now it's time to fill up all that white space with the rest of my spots. So I just look at the photo, and wherever I see a spot, I add one. And it's okay if you don't have the exact amount of spots. Now I should add the nose too, and notice the shape. What shape is that? Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a triangle. Remember guys, things do not have to be perfect. Now it's time to fill in the fur. I just have this kind of tannish yellow color and then this kind of orangish brownish color on top of it. Notice how I'm mixing 2 colors to get the right color. And it's okay if the black mixes in too. It will, but hey, look at the photo of the cheetah. that's how it is too. I'm using the pastel on their sides mostly to blend, but you can use the tip of the pastel too so that you get more of a straight line, and that will look really cool as fur. So for the rest of this, I'm just filling in all my white. Usually that's the hardest step in any art project, is just to get rid of all the white of the paper and fill it with color. So notice here, I'm just looking. Where is it lighter? Where is it darker? Where is it more yellow? Where is it more brown or orange? And then I just take it from there. I really like how making these small lines actually looks like fur. It looks like the fur is actually growing out of my picture, especially here above the eye and under the eye. It really looks cool. Now that everything's filled in white, I'm going to add my whiskers. So check this out. Cheetahs have both black and white whiskers. Now my eye got a little bit smudged, so I'm going to go back with the black and just make it a little bit more defined, meaning a little bit sharper, a little bit more of a definite edge. And just by going around the eye like so, it makes it really pop. Believe it or not, I'm almost finished, so I'm going to add a darker brown inside of the eye and make sure that pupil really pops. Now the highlight. Notice how bright it is. I'm going to use some white and just kind of color over the eye and the pupil and really press hard with the pastel. And look at that. It looks almost shiny. Alright, now with pastels you don't want to blow the dust because that will get everywhere. So I'm just going to gently tap it on the paper. And check out all that dust we made. We want to leave that on the table or on the paper, right? We don't want to blow that into the air. The dust darkened my highlight a bit, so again, I'm going to go back and really make that bright. So I'm just noticing that there's actually some blue on the nose. Believe it or not, there's blue on the nose. I can see it. So I'm adding blue and then a little bit of white mixed in so that it makes a lighter blue. And wow, look at that. That looks just like the photo. So there it is. Not perfect, but perfectly mine. And boy, I can't wait to see yours. I'll see you next time, everybody.